John is on the line in Winnetka, California. John, you're on the Ken Coleman Show.
Hi, Ken. Thank you for taking my call.
Sure. How can I help, John?
Yes, I have a master's degree in American history, and I would like to know how I could gain experience.
Okay. Well, what kind of experience are you looking for?
Well, teaching. I would like to teach.
Okay. What do you want to be long term? Give me that 10, 15-year vision for you, John. Where would you like to take this master's?
I'd probably like to teach at school or at the same time at museums.
Okay. So when you say teach at school, are we talking about, is there a preferred age of your student that you want to teach? Is it on the college, university level? Is it middle school, high school? What are we talking about?
I would say high school to college.
Okay, high school to college. And when did you finish your master's?
I finished it 2 years ago.
Okay, have you been teaching at all since?
I've been trying to, but it's really hard here in Los Angeles.
What do you mean it's really hard? What does that mean? It's hard to get hired?
Hard to get hired, yes. Hard to get hired.
Okay, so you're just calling me, you said experience. You just need to get in. You just need to get in the system and start teaching. That's what you're calling about, correct?
Yes, because I have a brother that also teaches.
Okay, so does he teach in the Los Angeles area near you?
Yes, and he says that it's really, it's hard. It's a hard profession to get into.
Okay, great. Listen, but here's the deal. Number one, I want to discuss quickly what you've been doing to try to get in. I want to know what you've been doing as it relates to applying and how you've been applying, and have you been using the proximity principle? And then the second thing I want to cover real quickly is, are you open to moving? Because you're young and I presume single. Is that right?
I'm married.
Okay, great.
I just got married a few months ago.
Congratulations. Are you two willing to move?
Oh, yes. My wife and I are willing to move to Tennessee, where we had vacation on Christmas break.
Okay, my point is, I love that. Love to have you in Tennessee. It's the greatest state in the country. But the point is that you've got to know, where are we willing to move to get me into the work that I want to do, knowing that it's just getting me in. So I want to talk about your process. What have you been doing to apply? What's that look like? Describe what you've been doing.
Well, let's see. I've been trying to. I substitute teach now and then. Every couple of days during the week. Okay. I've been trying to gain that experience, hopefully, and also I tutor too.
Great. But I asked you, what are you doing when you are applying? Are you just submitting a resume just online and then just hope you get a phone call?
I submit resumes and also cover letters and letters of recommendation. Okay,
great. But my point is, you're just a nameless, faceless person unless your brother is walking your resume into these people going, hey, I'm already a teacher in the state school system here, and this is my brother. He's got his master's degree. Obviously, I vouch for him. Has any of that happened?
No.
Okay.
Right. My brother doesn't, yeah.
Let me set you free, John. Okay, I got good news and bad news. Which do you want first?
Bad.
Okay, the bad news is you've been doing it all wrong, John. You've been literally spitting into the wind. I mean, just that Santa Ana breeze that's always flowing through California. Imagine just looking at that and spitting right into it. What's going to happen? It's going to come right back in your face, and it's not effective. Okay, that's essentially what you've been doing. It's playing the job lottery, and the lottery odds are awful, John. They suck. So that's the bad news. You've been doing it all wrong. The good news is I can tell you how to do it right, and I've got some free resources for you that I'm going to give you, okay? But give you a quick overview, John. Here's what you need to do. You have got to leverage your relationships. Who are the people that you know, including your brother? And it doesn't sound like brother's been much of a help. That needs to either be a situation where he starts to help or you just forget about him. But the bottom line is, John, you've got to use your web of connections. These are close personal relationships as well as acquaintances. Who do you know that knows somebody in the school system or in that school, another teacher or a principal or a guidance counselor or a coach who can then vouch for you and submit your resume in person? Meaning you can fill it out online and send the cover letter all you want to and the recommendation letters, that's fine. But you have got to get somebody going, let me tell you about John. I know John through, or I know John personally, and John's great. You got to start popping up in people's minds so that you get pulled out of the pile of resumes and you are somebody they're thinking about. This is how people get hired, through relationships. We know from sociology studies that the number one source of jobs are acquaintances. So everybody's watching and listening right now. Listen to me here. It is your acquaintances that get you jobs, not close personal friends. The other thing is, John, I want you to hang on the line. Madison, the associate producer, is going to give you the free resources that are at kencoleman.com. Our resume guide, I teach you how to do it differently. It's totally different than every other resume. It forces you to go get relationships at the top, like I just described, where they give you an endorsement statement. It's going to freak everybody out when they see it. They've never seen a resume like this. We have a template in that guide, so it does all the work for you. You just plug in and print, okay? Also, how to win the interview, how to prepare so that you perform well in the interview, and then the touch point timeline, how to follow up. You need all three of those resources, and I'm going to give you a copy of my book, the number one best-selling book, The Proximity Principle. It's on the shelf behind me. This walks you through, John, how to get where you want to go. And it's all about the right people plus the right places. That's where opportunity happens. And you are just submitting resumes and you're not getting in proximity, hanging out with other teachers, administrators, getting around where those people are, whether it be trade shows, conventions, gatherings in your area. You've got to be where those people are. And then they start thinking about John. Because nobody's sitting around thinking about how to help you get your dream job except me. I'm the only person. So it's up to you, John. It's time to get after it.